Hello and welcome back to the final day of Expo. We are here with Mothman Slushie. Hi,
Hello.
lovely to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Um, so would you like to explain the game? Give a little pitch for it.
Yeah, so basically, hello, I'm Taz. I'm like the project lead kind of for Creature Comforts, and it is a 2D visual novel dating sim crossed with a paperwork management simulator. And it's themed around cryptids, so kind of folklore creatures like Mothman and the Loch Ness Monster. And it's inspired by games like Monster Prom and Death and Taxes. So you get to play as a receptionist in a cryptid motel, and you can help out the guests and complete your work and do some mini games in your downtime from talking to people. And it's mostly point and click.
Fair enough. I mean, what were general? I mean, you said some general inspirations, but was this something that you always wanted to work on in your third year?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a very big fan of the visual novel genre and dating sims in general because, as mainly a 2D artist, I think they're a great way to explore really flexibly a lot of different art styles and fun writing. And because they're so heavily narrative based, there's just so much you can do with them. And I worked on like a dungeon crawler last year, which was a lot
Oh,
of
really?
mechanics, very mechanic heavy. So I thought it would be nice to do something that was more like art based and less mechanic heavy. And it's been a lot of fun. In terms of like the theming, I'm a very big fan of cryptids and they're very popular at the minute. So I thought it was a nice place to start with making something unique for the genre that there aren't many out there that are about this. Um, and yeah, sorry. Um, yeah, so basically, there are two characters you can date in the game, and this is the first one, Mothman. Mothman is one of my favorite cryptids, and I'm a very big fan of Victorians, so he's kind of like a Victoriana-esque. Yeah, I am dressed as Mothman here. Um, he is an author, and he's a bit rude, but some people are into that.
I'm winning.
Yeah, and I kind of based him off characters like Asterion from Baldur's Gate.
Oh, lovely.
Yep. He's popular, so it's fun. And the other character who you'll see in a minute is the Loch Ness monster Nessie, and she's kind of like the opposite to Mothman. She's
Mm.
very eccentric, very quirky, bubbly, overexcited, and she's a scientist with some qualifications. Probably,
Probably.
and yeah, it's dubious. And you can find that out through her dialogue. But I liked having like two very contrasting characters, and it's been fun to see people interact with them. And have like a nice time figuring out who they're into. And it's been great to also get some response to writing because I also wrote the game,
Okay.
and this is my first time like writing a dialogue heavy sort of narrative, and it was a lot of fun trying to distinguish both characters and try and get their personalities across.
Right. And you were saying, obviously, you said that you wrote the game and you did a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
Just kind of like to highlight that just a bit.
Yeah, well, I've done literally everything you can see, except Nessie, who is done with a lovely F. Teller, who isn't here right now, but she did all the designs for Nessie, and I did all the designs for Mothman. I did the backgrounds, the UI, uh, I wrote all the dialogue and designed everything else. I had a lovely programmer help me code all of it in, and a composer did all the music for me too. So all the
Mhm.
music is original, which is very cool.
So you were talking earlier that you had a little bit of feedback from like players. Did you incorporate any of that feedback into the final product?
Yeah, definitely. One of the big points of feedback actually was Mothman is quite controversial. Some people, I think, like older audiences tend to find him a bit too abrasive, and younger audiences really like him. So I focused a lot on like dialogue options with making the choices kind of more tailored to the personality of the characters instead of having it be obviously a yes or no answer, because I find a lot of visual novels make it way too easy to either just go yeah that character clearly wants me to say this, or no
Yeah.
that will make them annoyed. So I think it's a lot more immersive to have responses that feel more human and natural, so you can actually pay attention to what they're saying and get
Mhm.
along with the characters and grow with them.
Yeah.
Another thing is on the key game, which is the mini game that you'll play after you've completed dialogue. It's a kind of like a slide puzzle, but in a different format where you match keys to their numbers on the motel key rack, which
I'm
is
horrible at slide
yeah.
puzzles.
Oh no. Well, I wish you luck. But
Thanks.
yes, I've learned that a lot of people are horrible at slide puzzles. I think
Mm.
the general populace aren't very good at them.
Do you like them? Is that why
I
it's in there?
I like them because I've played my own game so many times. I can do it in 2 seconds on hard mode, but that might just be a me thing. But I wish the rest of everyone else luck. I've had a variety of scores over Expo. A lot of people get F and get very mad, but some people have been getting B's and A's, which is great, and it will make your boss happy at the motel if if you do well in your key game.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it's very funny. As like the only mechanic heavy part of the game, we did a lot of playtesting with the difficulty scoring on it to make sure that people felt like it was fair when sorting stuff,
Yeah.
because it's graded from A to F, and then it's averaged at the end of the day based on 3 scores to give you your final grade output as like a performance review. And here is the key game
Oh
as an
no.
example. Basically, it's just click on the key and drag it to the not drag it, drop it to the number that you want. So you'll pick it up and then you can
Okay.
place it.
Oh wait. Actually, no. This is fine. When you said slide puzzle, I thought you meant one of the ones where you have to constantly shift things
Yeah,
across the
it's
board.
it gets like that at harder difficulties because there's like
No.
three holes, so you've got to figure out
No.
where to put things.
These aren't in order. Who organized these?
Well, the key rack is haunted by a ghost, which you can see on the posters. So it's constantly rearranging when you're not looking. This
Fantastic.
motel is not run very well,
No, apparently not.
which is kind of the cornerstone of the whole narrative.
Is that our fault or everyone else's
No,
fault?
it's like a bit like the movie Hotel Transylvania. It's this motel in the middle of
Great.
nowhere, so only like cryptids and monsters come here. So they're kind of covert, and it's run by a shady guy in a hat who might be the Hat Man, who is another cryptid. So it's kind of yeah, it's very chaotic. Your workplace is not calming in any way.
Fantastic. And were there any kind of ideas that didn't make it in?
Yes, there were many ideas that didn't make it in. There was originally going to be more than one minigame. There was a
Oh.
paperwork sorting mechanic where you had to fill out room service requests for guests,
Mhm.
but due to time constraints, you couldn't get it in. But that was one of the major things that was inspired by like Papers, Please, a really good paperwork management indie game. So there was that, and there was also going to be a computer system where you could check on different characters and NPCs. There was originally going to be Bigfoot in the game. Alas, he had to be cut. But yeah, there are a lot of plans for like the game could easily scope up to be more complicated. But this
Yeah.
is kind of a demo version of it, you could say, with the base idea for it.
That's fair. And I suppose this is more just technical. Is there like any particular engine that you prefer to work in?
Oh, well, there is an interesting fact about this game. It was made in Unity, but I used the Inkle Writer dialogue plugin by Inkle to do the dialogue scripting. And a lot of games in the GA use Fungus, which I think we're moving out of because it's quite complicated and it's not very friendly for not programmers.
Yeah.
And I, as someone who isn't a programmer, I found Ink really nice because it's a bit like Twine. It's very visual. I just had to plug in the words I wanted to say and kind of go, okay, I'm going to go into this dialogue tree if you click on this option, or this dialogue tree if you click on this option, and then that just seamlessly integrates into Unity. So it made it very straightforward to make, which was nice.
Yeah.
And I also came up with a custom sprite system for the game, so all the characters are made up of body, arm, and head parts, and every line of dialogue is has a tag on it that specifies the different parts of the character to show. So it's a little like unique way to save assets and swap between things quickly.
That's quite
cool.
handy, yeah. Oh goodness, I've been like half paying attention to,
It's
to
cool.
the dialogue.
Yeah,
I'm
this
lost.
is a
All
very
I
hard
know is that
game
I'm
to do.
working like a dead end job. um, did you have any other kind of technical challenges?
Oh, I mean, I think the greatest technical challenge was honestly the dialogue system getting in to begin with, because it's surprisingly hard to find plugins for visual novel stuff that are tailored to everyone's needs. We originally had a custom scripted dialogue engine that the original programmer for the game wrote, but it was very complicated and would require like hard-coded dialogue, so I'd have to type it into the actual code. So getting that down and sorted took a while, but it's working really well now, so it's probably like the most like robust part of the game, which is nice. The key game was pretty straightforward to make, shockingly.
It was pretty straightforward to understand.
Yeah, that was a smooth ride. But no, everything went pretty well. Visual novels are great for like low complication programming and stuff. So it was a fairly nicely scoped game, which was nice to put together.
And is there any kind of, I guess, future aspirations for this game, or like where do you plan on taking it?
Well, I mean, I'm considering I wrote like the whole game, more than you can see here that exists. So I'm considering releasing a little bonus date with the characters thing with some art and writing for people that played at Expo and maybe want to see the conclusion to the story. Because I'm just a one man dev team now because my volunteer has finished his volunteering. I don't think that I'm probably going to continue working on this project, but in the future, I really want to make a vampire dating sim. My true passion. I want to do it. I love vampires. I think it would be great. I want to get more dating sims out there that are like, because it's a very Japanese dominated market, but a lot of Japanese oriented dating sims are very like female only like target audience. And as like a queer developer, I think it's cool to have more dating sims that have more like accessibility to everyone. So obviously, the main character that you play in my game has no name, pronouns, or like appearance, so anyone can play it, and they don't have to feel like obligated to put anything about themselves. So it means you can play it as your character, you can play it as you, and I think it's less stressful,
Yeah.
perhaps to do, and I think that's really cool. And I want there to be more like dating sims out there that are like aimed towards like a wide range of people and have more like unique stuff in them and things like that.
I think that's really nice. And did you have kind of a favorite part during development, or even a favorite
Oh,
part of the game?
I mean, my favorite part of the game is obviously Mothman. I'm very
I
biased.
couldn't tell.
He's my favorite. It was very fun to write him and do all of his expressions. But like just putting the game together was really nice. As I've been wanting to make a visual novel for many years, and just seeing it come together and like turn into something that looks really cool has been really nice. And I'm very proud that it exists and that people can play it.
It's awesome. I mean, is there anything else that you kind of want to highlight?
Yeah, actually, I do have my one bragging point is I'm the only browser playable game in Expo, so the entire game will work on your browser on the itch page, so you don't have to install
Really?
it in
Oh,
any way, so anyone can access it from home instantly. There's also a Windows download if for some reason you love it so much you want to download it offline as well. But that was really fun.
you want to keep it forever?
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite a fun game. You know, I am following along. As I was saying before, I don't typically play a lot of visual novels now. Um, is there any kind of, because you said before that you wanted to do this since year one.
Yeah.
Um, I guess that hasn't changed.
No.
Did some of these things build up over time then?
Well, I mean, I actually came up with this idea in the summer of second year, but I mainly wanted to try and come up with something that was a shorter dating sim that I could make to kind of get experience in making something of the genre to make sure that's what I wanted to do in my future.
Yeah.
And I've learned so much. Like now I've gone home and played like Monster Prom and stuff, and I can see the game design. I'm like, I know
can
what you
see
did
it in
there.
the
I know how
distance.
you coded this. But it's been really helpful just to like dive into the genre to get to know more about like the conventions and things that you don't really think about when you're playing your favorite games, about like how are they made, what do you have to do this. Like I had to do so much research on how tons of dating sims did their sprites to go, how are they making that many expressions, they surely can't be drawing them all over and over again and stuff like that.
Right.
But it was a really nice learning experience, so like I can encourage anyone at the GA, if they have really passionate about a genre, to try and get that game made, so then they can confirm they're passionate about the genre and also just get experience and learn to love more about the games that they enjoy.
That's great. I mean, on that topic, do you have any advice for the years that come after you?
Oh, if anyone wants to make a dating sim, don't use fungus. Use ink. Ink is great, and also, you only really need one programmer to make a successful dating sim. So, concept artists out there, I know you want to make visual novels. Do it. Don't be afraid. Kidnap a programmer. I believe in you.
I'm sure we should be encouraging that, but you know what?
Strongly encourage. Become friends with one.
Strongly become friends with them and never let them go.
Exactly.
Oh, that's amazing. So, I mean, is there anything else that you kind of like to talk about? Or are you comfortable?
Oh, I'm not really sure. I mean, I guess if there's anyone who is still at Expo who's watching, come by my booth. I've got free stickers. But apart from that, thank you for viewing my lovely little game, and I hope you enjoyed.
Thank you for letting me play. I'm already very happy with it. So,
I'm glad.
is there anywhere else that people can find you? Do you have social media?
Oh, yeah. Well, the itch page for Creature Comforts has like all of my links on it, but you can find me under the Chatster, a horrible spelling, everywhere. But finding me through my game is probably easiest. Or if you're here, I have business cards on my booth.
Fancy.
Plugging myself.
The little plug. I mean, are you comfortable kind of
Yeah, I
opening up
think
there?
that's good. Yeah, thank you
Okay,
very
cool.
much.
Thank you for being on the panel with us and telling me about your game. I really enjoyed it. And
Thank you for having me. Hope everyone enjoyed the Mothman presents.
yes, I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's like looking in a mirror.
Excellent.
Cool. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you guys for watching. We'll be back in a little bit with another set of developers. Thank you so much.
Thank you.